Welcome into the CHGO Bears Podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, and look who's back.
Nick. We missed you, Nick. Welcome back, Nick.
Did we?
Wow.
You look good,
song.
dude.
Thank you.
Look
A
at
little
that.
less green over here, you guys, than is in Kauai for sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
coming around.
a little
But
less
yeah,
green.
that island is just basically green everywhere. It's pretty cool.
Expect to see dinosaurs. It's like going there, like it's possible because
Well, it's not, but they did
it's
film
possible.
Jurassic Park there.
they did film.
But
I
there
got
are not
I got to see
actual-
that.
There are not actual dinosaurs.
Yeah, look
Bunch
at
of chickens. They're like
Plenty
descendants
of
of
chickens.
dinosaurs.
look
and
at
cats.
Nick's crew
Yeah,
neck
yeah,
there.
yeah,
He's
got a
going
little,
with the
like,
Jurassic
now
chicken situation.
Fish hook,
Oh, do you know
Jurassic
who?
Park?
Now, do you know whose fish hook that is?
Maui, right?
I was gonna say with King Kamehameha, but
Dragon Ball Z. That's a reference from Dragon Ball Z.
What is this, the Brady
well, no,
Bunch?
it's Hawaii.
Brady Bunch.
You guys busting out weird necklaces that's probably going to curse the show?
Might have cursed the shit.
The thing is my 6-year-old got one of those for free at the
Oh,
when
this was
we were
not
in
free.
Wailea last.
I got this
Oh.
in the town that Lilo and Stitch was kind of
Ugh, okay.
influenced by.
Cartoons?
The Disney movie. Everyone's seen Lilo and Stitch. You
Never,
know?
never
No?
saw
No?
it. We have a super chat already, Oscar. Before we even hit the countdown,
Okay.
$10. I think Fields will have a great season, but Bears fans need to chill. Never seen a more overhyped offseason than this year's. Let's pump the brakes. Okay, Oscar, coming in hot.
Well, Oscar is...
Wait, what? Oscar, I love you, man. Who's overhyping the Bears?
Did he say overhyping the Bears, or did he say overhyping Fields?
The Bears, right?
More
he said
hyped
overhyped
off-
offseason. I mean, we're getting a little
I
pumped.
mean, it's getting a lot of attention, but it's pretty damn crucial offseason. But no one's sitting here saying that they're, like, transitioned into a Super Bowl contender by any means.
Well, the topic of the show today is about Justin Fields' fantasy rankings.
Yeah.
And Sharp Football's out there putting him 7, to which I was sending good old Adam Hoge the link. And then, Hoge, you wrote me back, and what did you say?
Not high enough.
Not high enough.
Now, was it 7th among quarterbacks or 7th overall?
7th among QBs.
Well, I was
Ahead
looking
of-
at the Ringer. They have him at number 6 for quarterbacks. So maybe it wasn't high enough, number 7 there for Sharp
I don't know. Yeah.
football.
You know what my favorite part of the morning doing the Justin Fields research on May the 18th was reading everyone's favorite Bears reporter outside of the two reporters to my left and right, Larry Mayer, at the Bears website, writing this about Fields. Can I just read what Larry wrote?
I love Larry.
And talk to you. Fields blossomed into an electrifying playmaker last season, rushing for 1,143 yards and 8 touchdowns on 160 carries, and throwing for 22, 42, 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. This is where it gets even better. His 1,143 rushing were the second most by an NFL quarterback behind only the Ravens' Lamar Jackson. I know we all know this, but just like sort of let it sink in. Like I think we take it for granted. Fields also set a single-game record for rushing yards by an NFL quarterback with 178. So again, let it sink in. In the history of the NFL, no player has ever been better at the position running the ball than Justin Fields. That is an insane thing when you really think about it. In addition, as Larry continues, he became the first quarterback with 3 touchdown runs of at least 50 yards, the first quarterback in the history of the game, the first quarterback in the Super Bowl era with a rushing touchdown in 6 straight games, and the first quarterback to rush for at least 70 yards in 5 consecutive contests since at least 1950. Now, I know that all is rushing stuff, but I don't know. For some reason this morning when I was reading, it's like, you know, we're sitting here having the debate. Is he not? This dude is tops in the history of the NFL at running the ball from that position. And we all think he can throw, so it just kind of made me feel all googly inside.
Electrifying playmaker, how Larry, put it. And he was doing that just with his legs out of necessity. And maybe there were times where, yes, he could have stayed in the pocket a little longer, but Fields is going to have that. Like that, he's athletic enough to always go to that if something's not open downfield. So I think we're all expecting here, and kind of go back to the super chat, we're expecting Justin Fields to take a jump. He's got weapons around him. He's got a more stable offensive line when looking at it on paper. So I think you can expect those offensive numbers to continue to go up, especially with the continuity with the coaching staff.
Now,
Here comes reality. Let's go.
no, not reality. This is where I'm actually going the other direction. So when you said 7th, when you texted me and I said not high enough,
Okay, non-reality. Let's go.
do you know where he ranked last year?
As far as quarterback in
fantasy football.
I do not know.
6th.
That's kind of amazing.
And we're all saying he needs to be better.
Well, now Hoge clearly making a very valid point here.
2 are right.
I mean, maybe because I've never been a big fantasy guy. So when I just look at the names, and Sharp Pro Football Analysis has Allen 1, Mahomes 2, Hurts 3, Jackson 4, Herbert 5, Burrow 6, and then Fields, and then behind him, Lawrence, Watson, Tua, Dak, Geno, Jones, Richardson. That's interesting, isn't it? Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Stafford, all below him. And I get it's fantasy points, but it's still like, I don't know, for me it was just jarring seeing him at 7.
But do you know who was 3rd? Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
So
Right. And Lamar's 4th.
because what you can say is, okay, Justin ran for 1,143 yards last year and 8 touchdowns. Is that sustainable? I'll tell you what, I actually think the touchdowns might be sustainable because I think when you get in that low red area,
You're going to lean on him?
I would still, those were the moments where I would still lean on him to run the ball in.
The read option,
Absolutely. Jalen Hurts had 13 touchdowns last year rushing. So I actually think the touchdown numbers will stay about the same, if not get better, even if the rushing yards come down. And then if those passing numbers come up, he had 17 touchdowns throwing the ball last year. Jalen only had 22. So, and Jalen Hurts had about 83 more fantasy points overall. That's all he would need then to get in the top 3 if you're just going off of last year's number. So, look, the point is, and I was making this point a lot last season, for all the nitpicking on Fields, and plenty of it is obviously completely valid, and he needs to get better as a passer, this dude has already arrived as a fantasy football player. Like, he should be a first-round pick. And anybody who dropped him last year, shout out Drew from my fantasy football league, you're an idiot.
Damn, Drew.
Sorry, Drew.
Rise and shine, Drew, idiot.
Because, yes, it was a slow start, but, the second he was dropped, and I don't think it was just my position as somebody who covers the team, like, if you're paying attention, they were still going to use him as a rusher. That was going to come along eventually. Now, it went sort of to an extreme I wouldn't have even expected, but certainly you pick him up as a flyer. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, especially over that course of that month in the middle of the season, he actually was, I believe, for a month there, the top fantasy football player.
Yeah.
Out of anybody.
It just goes to show, like, fantasy football rankings and obviously, wins and losses for a team, they don't obviously go hand in hand. And Justin Fields, I think, is going to put up numbers regardless because he's that type of player. And looking at Jalen Hurts last season, he had over 130 more passing attempts than Justin Fields did last season. That number is going to go up, you guys, in year 2 with Luke Getsy. So you're looking at Justin Fields' potential as a fantasy football player. Like, yeah, if you want to potentially be in your championship for fantasy football, like, Justin Fields may be the guy that you can get later on after maybe a Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, then Justin Fields. Like, that's going to be a guy that I need all the fantasy help I can get. Probably going to go with Justin Fields this year.
This is how Sharp writes it. After a slow opening month, which we just underlined, Fields reeled off 9 consecutive QB1 scoring weeks on the backbone of an incredible rushing profile. Fields rushed for the same that we're talking about, 1143 in 15 games, pacing all quarterbacks in rushing points per game, 10.8. We should see regression, also what we're talking about, in his rushing efficiency, since Fields had the most rushing yards ever for a quarterback on runs of 20 or more yards, 429. Any regression in that area could be a big swing, as Fields was 20th in passing points per attempt, 0.427, and 40th in passing points per game, 9.1. The positive end is the Bears have invested in adding DJ Moore to elevate his passing output while adding Darnell Wright, an offensive tackle, to offer more protection up front, which all makes sense. But I do think if things go well, we're going to see, I would hope, a major regression in his rushing performance. I'm not saying the touchdowns make sense.
Major regression?
I don't think he's
Hopefully he doesn't have to run as much.
half
Right,
as many
yeah.
yards.
Doesn't-
Yeah,
we don't-
I don't think half. I think you still want him in the 700s.
Yeah, I think that would be a good number for him.
But he's too talented not to break off a 50-yard touchdown run every once in a while. It's going to happen.
For sure.
He's going to accidentally have games where he goes over 100 yards rushing.
Yes.
Defense playing man-to-man. They're all running with their wide receivers, all these new weapons downfield. Justin Fields leaks out and can burn you for 50. He's got that ability at any moment. So he's going to make those big runs happen.
My guy Jared sent me a video. There's a guy over the pond that just did who was watching Fields for the first time, and he watched 13 minutes of his highlights and just was commenting on him. He's like, "Whoa, this guy's really good.
How did he say?
Wow, how fast is this guy? Whoa, he can throw the ball too.
Was
Who's
it
this
a-
called? Come out. He looks like Gronk. Like it was the. But anyway,
Was it a Cockney accent? Was it Irish? What was the little brogue?
I want to say English, Brit, somewhere
Was he a
in there.
Geordie?
I can send it to you.
Mank?
I'm
I'll
sorry.
stop.
I don't want. Yeah, it was. I feel uncomfortable going any further on my imitation of this guy, but I really enjoyed watching the 13 minutes of highlights and just reminding myself, he had a lot of moments last year, and when you're just watching him, it's like those are all really fast dudes, and he just ran past all of them like they were running in quicksand. It was like, okay. The dude's gonna make it. He's gonna be the Bears quarterback. It's not stopping. You're not. If you bought a Fields jersey, you can feel comfortable that you're not gonna have to change the name on it, a la Trubisky. What? You just gave a face.
Like you just totally jinxed it.
No. He's
There's
beyond
no-
jinxing.
don't-
Fields is beyond jinxing. Can't do it.
No jinxarooski. There's no such thing.
Not
You believe in the
happening. Not
jinx?
here.
Here's a serious question now.
Yeah.
What's the last jersey that a fan could have bought that wouldn't have regretted it?
From the Bears?
Yeah. Like that still holds
I would have said Eddie Jackson, but he switched his number.
Sanborn?
And
Sanborn. No, you got to go farther than that. I'm thinking if you
okay.
have a Charles Tillman jersey right now,
That's a good
you're
one.
feeling good about
Good
that.
that.
Peanuts definitely
Obviously
won.
Hester, obviously Urlacher, Briggs, but we're talking about guys that played a long time ago.
Too long ago. They need to
Like
change
if you
that.
bought a 75 Kyle Long jersey,
I'm down with a long jersey.
okay.
He spent the majority of his career, got hurt, but
There were a few years there where that was like the jersey that they had stocked in the pro shop. And I'm like, I like Kyle Long a lot.
Kyle Long likes Kyle Long a lot, and Kyle Long would be like, you guys got to do better.
You can't have your right guard as your top selling jersey.
You ran into him at the Super Bowl. Awesome dude.
Braggs is putting up Akeem Hicks, which is just pathetic. And I loved Akeem Hicks. But
He was good. I
He
don't
was
know.
good for 2 years. That's how sad this is. Seriously.
Yeah, all these names in here, it's just too old. They need to hopefully get some guys that are from this decade, which would be nice.
Matt Forte stood the test of time.
Forte again,
Forte.
but I'm Kyle Fuller.
Ugh.
No, 23 belongs to Hester.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
Yes.
I think about it this way: when you see the number, you know the player. Like you don't need the name to be on there. 33 is Tillman,
Yep.
even though it's not retired.
54
Jalen Johnson
Locker,
right now,
51
Jalen
Buckus,
Johnson.
34 Sweetness.
Hopefully it's one.
Gary Ross and Corey Wood, love it.
Hey.
98. Doesn't Dexter have 98 now?
Dexter does have 98.
And then Pickens is 96.
Is it 99?
And then Travis Bell has one of those.
99 is Danimal, forever and always. Quit wearing 99. Number should be retired.
Don't diss Shea McClellan like that. That's not.
I mean,
Ruin Shea wore 99.
some of the worst players ever have worn 99. Like, seriously,
Except for
Dan Ham's in the Hall of Fame. Retire the damn jumper. And while you're at it, get my guy OB in there, too. 87 should be retired.
Put OB in there.
we have a Cody Parkey reference for one.
That would be a good jersey to have.
The
Just
one.
to be that guy.
Yeah.
Running around with a Parkey jersey. You're the...
Don't be that guy.
I hate Ron put in there Cutler 6 is heavily underrated. I hate to say it, but when you see 6, you think of Cutler.
Yeah, for sure.
Butthead.
Yeah. That's our era. Me and you, Lawrence.
Yeah, definitely
I think
Butthead.
of Jacob.
Look, I like Butthead too, but Kevin Butler versus Jay Cutler?
That's a mismatch. Butthead all day.
Oh, come on.
There was a debate about this.
I'm
like,
special
number
teams
6 or
kicker guy. That's ridiculous. Give Cutler more respect than that.
I give his Cutler zero respect. How many playoffs games did he win?
How many players could you do? You could make that about how many playoff games did Urlacher win?
He was the quarterback.
3?
He was. They went to the Super Bowl with Urlacher.
Yeah.
He
But I'm
was a
just
part of-
saying
he
the
was
number of
part of
playoff
3.
wins is not much different.
Is that it? For
Yeah,
Urlacher?
but if he had a quarterback, how many would he would have won? If Jay was better, if Jay was more consistent,
If Jay didn't get hurt, what was that? The Sunday night game against.
if Jay doesn't rip up his knee, do they go to the Super Bowl? Maybe.
Yeah.
But come on, let's not.
I'm just saying your stat. My point there was that your stat of how many playoff games they
it's-
win could be applied to a lot of really good players too.
Yeah.
That's not a good. You have plenty of good Cutler sucks arguments. That's not good. That's not a good one.
Okay, what was his? I'll
We don't have to
back
get
off.
no
I'll
color.
back off a drop, but I do think like as the quarterback, when you were here for however many years Cutler was here for, only winning one playoff game is an indictment of you. What was his record as a Bear?
Was it 51-51?
It was exactly 500, but at one point it was above 500, which was literally Phil Emery's rationale for giving him a contract extension.
That's.
Butthead wore the single bar. That's why you got to give him the edge.
That too.
Single bar.
That too.
face mask.
I'm just not a Cutler guy. Period. End of story.
Well, we know that.
So
Hey, what's that down there?
Oh.
well, Adam. Some of us
props.
around here pay off our bets. Unlike Greg.
You do?
I still haven't eaten a bagel.
What have I not paid off?
You paid off the little furry guy. What
I paid off the furry guy, and what was our bet? What am
bagel.
I giving
Where
you
the-
this
where the
for?
This
bagels
was a pretty dumb bet you made, but I'm still gonna collect. You bet that the Bears would not draft a running back.
Oh.
Okay, I thought it was something to do with Jalen Carter, but I did bet that the Bears would have
That was
drafted a running
me.
back, and I am happy to have Roshan Johnson on this squad, and we'll gladly pay off Adam Hoge, Angels envy, because you are an angel.
Oh,
that's
that's so
adorable.
nice. I have to say, I'm a bourbon guy, and I have not had Angels Envy before, so I'm excited about this. I appreciate it,
Smooth and delicious.
and I'm going to try it right now.
Make the.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah. What time is it?
Look at Hoge just swinging on the show.
cares what time
12:20.
Who cares?
Time does not exist.
I took a tiny taster sip.
Little sipper. How was it?
Very good. Very smooth.
Smooth?
That's good stuff.
It's no Malort, but it'll do.
Definitely way better.
Hey, we got a couple super chats I'd like to hit up real fast here. The Duke
The Duke is back.
from Duke Island, chiming in for 1999. Thank you, Duke. We miss you. Nick, show us your hands, specifically your ring finger.
Got nothing, you guys.
Congratulations.
Got nothing.
By the way, that's not how engagements work.
It could.
Good.
He wouldn't have his ring until they got married.
Who wears the pants in that relationship is my question.
Free hands.
I think we know the answer to that question.
Very disappointed,
It's true.
Duke.
You know what? I hate. Can I call Carman out for something? I hate when something is specifically said that he would react to if he was actually listening.
Yeah, I got a bad text. That I should just,
Get rid of your phone.
well, something happened that I needed. I don't even know what happened there because I was trying to do something. But what did I miss? I mean, I gotta.
You miss Lawrence asking who wears the pants in Nick's relationship.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Wow.
It's not even close.
I mean, he's literally
I
wearing
don't even
shorts.
think Nick
I'm in
was
shorts.
listening.
He's wearing shorts.
I don't think I was listening. Yeah, I missed that
I
one.
don't even think Nick realized.
Yeah, that completely.
Dude,
Appreciate
don't
you guys.
Don't you agree?
No.
The way that was a yes.
No.
That's how you say yes while saying no.
Oh my God! Come on, we know how business works around here.
All right. Drew Black,
Congratulations.
$4.99.
Happy
Thanks,
girlfriend,
Drew.
happy life.
That's true.
If I attend a tailgate this year, will Carm and or Braggs commit to shotgunning some cocktails with the fans, a.k.a. me.
You're not comfortable saying cockies?
I don't like that word, no. That's a Carm term.
I don't like it either, but Carm's made
Drew, last year I brought out the whiskey, Carm personal stash. We had shot glasses and all. I have shot glasses left over from last year, so absolutely we can have a shot. I
feel like everyone, including Carman Braggs, forget that we have it still. We still have to do a pregame show.
That's why I said I would do one. You just took a shot on the show.
That's true.
Whoa,
that is
whoa,
true.
whoa, whoa. That was not a shot.
It was a sipper.
That was a
sipper.
sip.
Yeah.
A shot would have had probably 4 times as much in it than I just. That was a really small sip.
Okay.
Double golden.
Okay.
Double
One
cup.
shot.
I mean, I'll do one. But let's just be accurate about it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I think part of us having a tailgate is absolutely having a shot with the people. So I'm in. By the way, our MVP performer from softball game 1 just walked into the studio. Congratulations to Herb Lawrence. He won the Goose Island MVP for week 1. Congratulations to Herb, and we look forward to having other people win that award and playing as well as him and hopefully winning some games. We're 0-1.
Yeah, I don't.
Got a bye week, right? Bye week next week.
Bye
We'll
week.
come back.
I got to talk to you after the show about some things.
Bye week after one game.
Yeah, we didn't.
First one got rained out. Then we had the one, and then the bye
This
week.
is why
Early
this
bye.
league goes to like October.
Yeah.
All right. Super chat $9.99 from the Bears Bastard. How many passing attempts a game do you think Fields will have? Finished under 22 pass attempts per game in 22. We have so many weapons, but too many mouths to feed if the volume doesn't increase a lot. Here, I'll say that I think it's a great question. Thank you. This is a good question. I don't think that the passing attempts actually goes up too much. I think this is still going to be a team that the identity is running the football first, and I don't think they're going to all of a sudden turn into like this huge passing attack. I don't think that would be the smart thing to do. I think they're going to be more efficient passing the football.
I hope that's not the case. And maybe that's the best way to win football games, but I really hope that we are seeing an offense that is throwing it close to 30 times, and DJ Moore's running free, and Cole Kmet's at a whole nother level, and we're really praising the Robert Tonyan edition, and oh my God, everybody said a word negative on Chase Claypool. Shut the hell up. Look at what he's doing. I mean, I hope Darnell Mooney, oh man, having him back healthy, this is sweet. You can't stop this Bears offense because literally there's so many weapons. That's how I hope this is going to look. So 30 seems like
I just don't see a drastic shift in the offensive philosophy.
Well, I think they'll have more opportunities on offense. They just weren't out there a lot. And Fields had 318 passing attempts last season. Just, again, the comparisons with Jalen Hurts are going to keep going and going until, Justin Fields actually shows that he can be a proficient passer. He had 460 last year. Justin Fields not going to throw 460 times, but can he get maybe borderline 400 and 380? I think he can get in that range. I just think there's just going to be more opportunities for his offense to score, and you do need to use those weapons. One of the things that Justin Fields spoke with Larry Mayer, who we were talking about earlier, one of the things he wanted to work on was a quick passing game. That was his main focus, a quick game. And one of the benefits of doing that is to get yards after the catch to his playmakers. So getting the ball out there quick, letting them, get the yards after the catch that the Bears just didn't get enough of last season. So I could see anywhere between like that 380 bottom line 400 passing attempts this season.
What do you make of that one, Adam Hoge, that he's working on getting rid of the ball quicker?
Sure. I mean, if you're the Bears and you're trying to do an off-season storyline, what are you focusing on?
So you think it's just Larry had nothing to write?
I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just. I'm just. If you're going to ask the question, Nick would do the same thing. I would do the same thing. One of the first things I'd ask is, how's he processing? By the way, how's he processing on air right now? They haven't even had a practice. Next week is the first time they get to go out there and actually go, even run around in shorts against the defense.
Right.
What are we reading this off of? Is my question.
The fact that Larry asked him a question and his answer was getting rid of the ball quicker. That's his focus.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Good. That should be the focus.
Well, he could be.
But when you ask me, like, what do you think, like, what are the results? I have no idea. I hope they're better.
I mean, are you envisioning a quick-hitting, zing-zang offense, boom, boom, boom?
What I want to see from the start of the season is a quarterback that's hitting those checkdowns faster. Okay? And I think if you actually watch the film and even look at some of the numbers that reflect the film, I do think he was actually starting to process faster in the second half of the season and was starting to do that. You know, coaches teach all different ways, but I think the simplest way to break it down is like you want to have a built-in chunk and explode. You win with explosive plays in this league.
No doubt.
So you want to have a designed explosive option within a passing play. But then, to me, I'd rather see him hit the check down before he looks for the intermediate route coming across the field that's going to take more time, that's a more dangerous throw. So it's more so, is the first option there the explosive? No? Then where's my check down? And if there is plenty of time, then maybe you can peek at your intermediate option. But if not, you better make sure you can still get it to your check down. And that's a lot right there. That's why no one's minimizing how hard this is. It is really freaking hard. It's why it's the hardest position to play in sports. No question about it. But it's also why they get paid the most money. It's why they get drafted as high as they do. And it's just part of the territory. But I hope that's the focus. I'm not surprised to read a story that it's the focus. But we're nowhere near having any idea if it's really happening.
Well, I'll say, I mean, a big part of what Luke Getsy's offense is going to be with the passing game is the quick game. You see what you did with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay when he was there. They had a lot of quick game stuff. All the slants that you see Green Bay has run over the years, like that's supposed to be coming over here to Chicago. That's part of the quick game, too. So it's all about the footwork. How many times have we heard Eberflus, Justin Fields, Janoko always talk about footwork? That's paramount to have in the quick game. So it should be the focus, and that's an easy way to get completion, stay on the field, score more points, and actually have an offense that's humming.
Super chat here from Kevin, $9.99.
What's up, Kevin?
Can we assume it might have been better for Fields' development to learn how to throw into smaller throwing windows this season before adding a dynamic player like DJ who will open some throwing lanes?
Wait,
what?
Can we assume it might have been better for Fields' development to learn how to throw into smaller throwing windows this season before adding a dynamic player like DJ who will open
I like where Kevin's getting at, and I was actually having this question in my head earlier today, and which I've had many times. Like, would it because, you come off the Commanders game, Bears offense looks terrible. Darnell Mooney's dropping touchdown passes. Fields is hitting helmets at the goal line. They only scored 7 points. They came out of that Thursday night game. They come back, and all of a sudden, Fields is running all over the joint, and the Bears offense takes off. And they didn't win any games, so it ended up working out. But would it have been better long-term if they really had just made him sit in the pocket and process and learn? Now, he would have been in harm's way, which would have been super scary. But I think that's what Kevin's getting at, like just make him.
Isn't that what Matt Nagy did?
Yes, but
you guys remember the Browns game?
Yes, but you're way further along at that point, and I just wonder, like okay,
that's not how it works, man. All these quarterbacks. There's so many examples. Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs. Jalen Hurts got AJ Brown. Joe Burrow got his.
You want to make it easier.
Jamar Chase. You
add
DJ Moore to open up the lanes.
You don't want to make it difficult on your quarterback.
These quarterbacks don't just magically know how to do it. They have help.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that he didn't need help. I'm just saying, like, long term, would it have been better for him to have been forced to sit in the pocket and process versus, like, let's just unlock you and let you do what you do? Matt
Nagy in the chat said, "Oh, you mean like I was trying to do?"
Exactly. No, and I think, like, too, having him do that with the receiving core that he have, I don't know if that's beneficial. Because those are not your number 1, 2, 3 targets this season. And it's like those guys are not even going to be – how open are they realistically going to get? So I think you're always looking to make things easier on your quarterback. So if it means bigger throwing windows because you have better receivers that can run better routes, That's the route you want to take, not the other way around.
And by the way, to clarify earlier, Justin Fields will have more passing attempts. Like, he just will, unless he's hurt and he doesn't play as much. He will. The Bears as a whole will, because if the offense is better, they're just going to have more opportunities. They're going to have more plays. I'm just saying, I'm not expecting a dramatic shift.
It's not going to be a pass-first offense.
Offensive identity. I'm just expecting the same offense to work better because they're going to have more success on passing downs. And quite frankly, we'll probably have more explosive plays in the passing game too, which doesn't necessarily mean more attempts, just more conversions on those plays. So why are you looking at me like that?
I'm looking at you like that because I want to kill Braggs, but that's okay.
And why are you looking at me?
Because
you got to get to a break.
You are in a Braggs extension. Hey, we do, and I'll take this one there, Hoagie. You want to get fitted out in the absolute best sports gear around. Because I'm sitting here waiting for you to do it. So I'll just do it. Get yourself the hoodies, get the shoes, the signs, the bobbleheads, and everything in between. Foco should make a Braggs bobblehead.
Ooh, I like that idea.
With an enormous, it's spring and baseball season. They've got Aloha shirts. They've got straw.
What?
I didn't want to say anything. That huge zit that was on his face. Aloha shirts, straw hats, polos, bags, everything you need you need for a game. I didn't say this because I'm a man who had the biggest zit in the history of zits on my nose. Foco makes you look good even if you have those things, by the way. Set Decorations, we love you, Foco. They have donated an awesome bunch of pieces for our sets. So, yeah, we love you, Foco. And check out Foco.com or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use that promo code CHGO for 10% off.
Guys, summer is on its way. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is
Braggs
here.
is.
Oh, yeah. Bragg's ready. Doing the swimming. So, ready to unveil the beach bod. Well, Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild within with their game-changing full-body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with Austin Powers chest hair. And if you grew some winter man boobs, the least you can do is make sure they are hairless. It's time to get ready for a hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code CHGO. I'm someone who enjoys being well-groomed, constantly getting my hair cut, keeps a beard or mustache lined up. And
Tell us more, Nick.
Yes, keeping my chest hair trimmed and controlled, doing all the things, keeps me confident in my look. And Manscaped is dedicated to helping you increase your confidence and level up your full-body grooming game with the Performance Package 4.0. The kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 4.0, waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. And having the right tools for grooming is essential. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code CHGO at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code CHGO at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles, you guys.
I'm telling you, when you come out of a Manscaped experience, you feel so much better. Get involved.
Mm-hmm. Do it.
All right, Hogue.
Manscaped.
Lead us to victory, would you?
Yeah. I would like to talk about the stadium developments. Mark Carman's new stadium. He's so happy about.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Well, there is a little news on this, okay? And just you gotta kind of fight through some very weedy political nonsense to really get to the core of it. But the reality is there was a House Executive Committee meeting that was supposed to be on Tuesday this week. It got moved to Wednesday. There's a proposal from Representative Moylan from Des Plaines that has introduced last week a bill that basically what the Bears want two things. They've talked about publicly before, going back to that meeting last year in the fall, that town hall meeting, and that is they do want public funds for the infrastructure for this big development. We're talking plumbing, like sewers, like stuff like that, traffic lights, whatever it might be, which seems relatively reasonable for any time you're going to improve a town in any way, increase residential, whatever it is. There's some of that infrastructure does come from the town, and that's fine. The other thing they want, which I don't know, comes off as a little extreme once you see how many years that they're proposing. But they want a property tax freeze on the property. They want some cost certainty there. Which when I first heard that, I was thinking like, okay, like, I don't know, for like 10 years. Something. They want it for 40, or at least that's what the proposal is, to have a property tax freeze for 40 years. Yeah.
Now, why would they think they're entitled to that versus the ordinary citizen who's going to see their property taxes go up?
Because they're the Bears and they can?
Mm-hmm.
I love how much that irks you.
Well, they could also pay for it themselves.
Right.
Well,
and they're coming up with ways to, they're still going to be making payments to Arlington Heights to make up for that freeze.
I'm just very triggered by the whole thing that's going on.
Yeah, we know.
I'm extremely disappointed in the city of Chicago for letting it get to this point, one, and their communication, by all accounts, was straight horrible. And the fact that they owe more on Soldier Field now when they originally made the deal is just straight nauseating, disgusting, a screwing of the ordinary person who's paying property taxes here. And there's like part of me, we're having this argument before the show that, you know, the Bears are going to leave. There's going to be this empty stadium on the lakefront that the Chicago Fire are going to play in, and there will be concerts. But for the most part, like, the building is not going to be used for what it's supposed to be used for. Should the Bears do the city a solid on the way out to try to at least make somewhat good on the property that they're not going to end up using? Yeah.
They're going to pay off the lease, and that's the only thing they're obligated to do.
I understand.
And why would they do anything more than that?
Because,
especially when the city has been so shitty to them consistently, literally not responding to letters, normal communication, simple things they're asking for improvements every single year, and they don't get a response for months.
Yeah, I got it.
This is why this is all happening.
I got it. And so if I were the Bears, just for sheer integrity of, we are incredibly well off and our franchise is worth billions of dollars. What is it now, $4 billion, $5 billion? And I get it that the Bears' money, family money, a lot of it is tied into the team. And they're not selling, so they don't have as much money as many of the other NFL owners. But you could, just to the city of Chicago, the people, and the state of Illinois, try to do something that makes it right moderately on the way out, that the Bears can at least chip in something as they're leaving.
I don't understand why that's the Bears.
It's not.
Well,
it's not
why
their job.
they should have to do that.
They should
You're
not,
essentially asking a tenant that had a shitty landlord to is getting out of the lease early, is paying the buyout that they legally need to pay, to then chip in extra money to the shitty landlord just because? There's no logic to that.
Because they got a sweetheart deal on the property.
But that's not their fault.
I understand.
Someone was dumber.
I understand. They don't have to do this. It's it's within their rights to to your point, they shouldn't do it. They've done what they're fulfilling their contract.
They should leave.
Right. I got it. But in my utopian calm, make things right, not all the money in the world going to the top 0.5%, at least there should be some level of tax on tickets right now at Soldier Field.
So now you're taxing the fans.
Yes, but I'm not. There's no. If you want to go to a Bears game, that's on you. No one's forcing you to go. Yeah. So I think there should be a tax on the tickets, but I think the Bears should also, like, if you raise tickets by, say, $5 a ticket or something like that, or whatever, $2 a ticket, $1 should come from the Bears, and the Bears should get $1 of that, and the other $1 they're putting back into the stadium to try to help to do a little bit of a solid for as long as they're going to stay. Something along those lines.
I'm with Adam on this one.
Yeah, it just
Mark.
doesn't seem like the Bears have any
All right,
obligation
whatever.
to do
It
that.
doesn't matter. It's all monopoly money. We're all just, the city's going to be broken. Your texts are going to go through the moon, and we're going to have no services, and things going to suck. And
Well, what you're talking about, though, is a real issue that's being talked about with this move. The Bears are moving within Cook County. So there are definitely these people, rightly so, that have your reaction to the reality of that you owe more money on the stadium now than you did originally.
yeah,
Because this is how much that they've screwed this up. So
they just kicked the can down the road.
So why would we offer more money from Cook County and put that towards a new stadium when we already owe all this? So the part of the proposal is a $3 admission tax on all events that take place in the new stadium that'll help pay off the debt incurred to fund the renovations at Soldier Field so long ago.
Are you okay with that?
So the fans are now, obviously, or anybody, yeah.
Well, I don't have, but that's different than what you're saying. This is money coming from the new stadium to help pay off the old one.
Right. Why
You're
can't-
saying that like right now there should
Yeah.
be a $10.
Yeah.
I think there probably already is, by the way.
Yeah.
Isn't there always been a tax on these
there's
tickets?
there's some tax on there.
There's
but,
always been a tax.
But like,
tax on these
but this is a bigger conversation, and it actually has nothing to do with the Bears. But I would just like and nobody wants to talk politics on the show, including myself. But it would just be very nice if people in public office on either side of the aisle would actually have any level of fiscal responsibility. Because I would love to live and just buy everything I want on my credit card and pay the minimum and just kick it down the road and then, have
to worry about it.
Yeah, and never think about it. But I don't live that way, but that's just how we do this. It's disgusting. Yes, Lawrence?
The Duke is chiming in with a $9.99er. Thanks, Duke. He said, when the new stadium opens in Arlington, I think I'm going to send the CHGO Bears team to a game, and the only condition is everyone's allowed to have fun except Cram. He's got to be mopey the whole time.
Aww.
Sorry, Cram.
See, Duke.
Cram's going to love the new stadium.
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, I'm riding my bike around this city. Some people might have seen my video. Sing happy birthday to the Floos. I don't think Hoge liked it or retweeted it. He probably didn't like it. Whatever. I was having fun. I was having a great time.
It was cold. Looked cold.
All I heard, I was watching the news last night, and there was reports of a crazy guy on his bike down by the lake that was singing.
Yeah.
And it was a nusuance, and it was actually
There was
a big
no
problem.
There was no nuisance.
That's what I saw.
I enjoyed the signal.
And by the way, I rode up to Lane Tech Stadium, whatever they call it up there. Way to go, Grace Carman. Another goal last night. We're playing you on Friday, St. Ignatius. Let's go.
First of all, we're not playing me,
You went
and
there.
I am rooting for Grace Carman.
Okay, well, let's go, Lane. I rode over there, and then I rode back from Western and Addison all the way to the lake, and then down to the South Loop, back where I live, and I was screaming out to no one in particular, like, because I was, a couple F-bombs here and there, because I was getting tired, but like I was just rooting myself on. I was having a great time, Duke. I was smiling to the, I enjoy my life over here.
JR threw us a $5 to say that the Bears-Vikes game will be the second time in Chicago for a game. How do I go about trying to get Carm to do a city tour for me and have overpass beer? See? You have fans.
That's another thing. Who else on this show's having overpass beers, Duke? These guys are sitting there doing regular things. I'm just chilling out with the fans, having a great time. I got you, JR. Let's go.
Yeah.
You hit me up. We'll figure it
Overpass
out.
beer.
What's that?
Overpass beer.
Overpass.
Yeah.
Overpass cockies.
That's actually a real thing.
35th and Shields. Let's go.
All right, a couple other notes. People are wondering why this is taking so long. It's going to continue to, but because by the way, apparently they're going on a summer break and they're not going to do any of this until the fall now.
That's good.
Oh,
The legislators down in Springfield.
rise and shine, legislators. Think about the people. Think about a budget.
So
Think about being fair.
in exchange for the tax assessment freeze, the Bears would then negotiate an annual payment to the village of Arlington Heights that would be shared with other local taxing districts. So essentially what they're asking for is just cost certainty. So it doesn't change. It doesn't fluctuate. They know what their payment is. Wouldn't that be nice in general? Or if 1 year property taxes went down for once?
Dare to dream.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't fault the Bears for asking. And they obviously have leverage in this situation.
Bears are making a business deal. Bears should
hate
make
to tell you this,
Bears should make a business deal. I get it.
The Bears have more leverage than you do.
I got it. 0.0 leverage.
The one problem that actually does seem to be an actual no, I don't think it's going to be something that prevents the stadium from happening, but the Bears have been separately, this is according to the Chicago Tribune story I'm looking at, the Bears have separately been negotiating with local school districts because you build all these homes, residential, there's going to be more kids, influx of kids. This is an issue pretty much everywhere. And those talks appear to be at a standstill right now. So those talks are not going well right now.
There's going to be
Pushback.
right. There's going to be a roller coaster ride, and they're going to get there. And
Arlington Heights would get 30% of the revenue. Sources say Nick will get 1% of that 30%.
Go.
Let's go.
Buy a house.
And if you want to read about how politics works and get nauseous, read the Sports Illustrated Michael Rosenberg piece on Brett Favre, which it took me about an hour this morning to get through it because it is thick, but it is nauseating. So I highly recommend it. Highly. And apparently Michael's a good friend of head of content, Kevin Kadick, who does great work.
Hopefully he's doing great work out on the balcony right now. That's what I'm hoping for.
That could be an issue.
Wait, what?
The brats.
Well, I think Kevin is
Oh, Kevin's
grilling
cooking?
brats today.
I hope so.
Wow. Big day around here.
Huge.
Yeah. But all I see is he's talking to that Coyotes fan over there.
Zawoski?
Yeah.
He's supporting the team.
He's wearing a PHNX.
We have Craig Morgan coming on the show. Craig Morgan of the PHNX Coyotes team. So he's supporting this team.
And our amazing social media friend Michaela causing quite a stir yesterday.
That was
She sure
awesome.
did.
I did see that.
Head kicking butt. That was awesome.
I shot her a DM and I'm like, "You're the best. Good work."
That was pretty good.
I was, whoa.
My favorite exchange out of all those, though, was Kevin responded to her, like, basically supporting her tweet or whatever, or giving her credit for it. And then someone in, like, replies, like, accused Kevin of, like, hey, the social media girl's not going to give you any attention, bro. And I so badly wanted to be like, they work together, bro.
The internet.
I love Twitter sometimes. What a great place for constructive conversation.
What were you saying, Mark?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if we were going to put the tweet up, but
Well, I don't know that we should.
I just didn't know if we wanted context. Basically, she was talking about Patrick Mahomes.
She tweeted at Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, she
and
added
pissed
him.
off every Chiefs fan that exists.
yeah, Mahomes
Because
tweets, KC Coyotes has a nice ring to it, NHL, what do y'all think? And Michaela did not like that because she's trying to keep the Coyotes in Phoenix.
Yeah, Michaela is our social media czar, amazing friend in Phoenix right now, PHNX.
Yeah.
And has been with the company for a long time, helping out, originally from Denver with DNVR. So she's awesome.
She crushed it at the Super Bowl with us. It was amazing.
And she is now Patrick Mahomes' owner. The problem, though, is Patrick Mahomes actually has gotten into team ownership. He owns a part of the Royals. He owns a part of the
KC Current, the NWSL team there.
Doesn't he own part of the Wiz, too? Is that still a team, by the way? Isn't
the
the MLS team?
The MLS team? I don't know if he does own them. I thought it was the NWSL team.
Smart. Good for Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I'm just saying, the problem is if he wants to buy the Coyotes and move them to KC, he probably can. So
that was a business offer?
Well, that's why I would have been worried about it, which is probably why Michaela responded the way she did.
Yeah.
Stay away from us.
Yeah.
Back up.
Patrick.
I see. Well,
just wait till Justin Fields is going to swoop in, buy the Coyotes, and keep them in Phoenix.
You know what?
How about that?
You know what you can do when the Blackhawks come around? You can watch it on Fubo TV, 140-plus live channels, sports, shows, movies, news. Stream live to your TV from any device. Watch the most Chicago sports for the lowest price, and you can start watching immediately. A 7-day free trial, no contract, no cable, no hassle. I was watching Fubo last night. Sign up and start watching. You do get 1,000 hours of cloud DVR included at no extra charge, so of course you get all the recordings that you need. Watch those movies, watch those sporting events, watch the NBA playoffs tonight. Let's go, Nugs. Cubs and White Sox, of course, on Marquee and NBC Sports Chicago.
Oh, I have a thing for you, by the way, on the Nuggets-Lakers series. I'm going to call you out on, but you can finish talking about how awesome
Jimmy Butler
is.
Okay. Use the link in the description. 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Fubo TV. Appreciate you guys. What do you want to call me?
Okay, so you really, really want the Lakers to lose.
Yeah.
Because you hate LeBron.
I don't hate LeBron. I do not hate LeBron. I hate people who think that LeBron's better than Jordan.
Okay.
Those are
There's difference.
There's
Big
a difference.
But
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to call you out on. You have the same fear of LeBron that people in the 90s had of Jordan.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, and here's why I know this. Because at least 3 times a day, whether it's here in the office, on this show, or I'm scrolling Twitter this morning and I see you tweeting at people, I think the Lakers are going to win. I don't think the Nuggets are going to win.
That's not true. That's not what I said. I said my tweet, and I know that
someone said you said that no one in the East is going to beat whoever comes out of the West,
right.
and then someone
That's
said the
right.
Nuggets are going to come out, and you're like, I'm not so sure, because you are scared of LeBron, and so secretly, and you don't even realize this, you respect the hell out of LeBron.
I do respect LeBron.
You are scared of him,
I am scared of him.
which is the same fear everyone used to have
But
of
I
Jordan.
but I don't have the same fear that people had of Mike.
You do.
Okay, well, Mike never lost. Once he had one All-Star.
Never lost.
Once he had one All-Star on his team, he never lost. Just needed one All-Star.
Go.
And which, by the way, I was walking out of that game last night at Lane Tech, and I was wearing Jordans last night, and one of the security people was like, love your shoes. And so then we started talking, and I was like, you don't know anything about 86, 87, because he was a young guy. And he's like, what do you mean? I got all the shoes. I'm like, I know you know I got the shoes, but let's talk 86, 87. Let me give you a history lesson on Jordan. So I was giving him, and so then the other guy walks up to me, and he's like, Jordan sucks. Jordan's an ass. Jordan's this. I'm a Pippen guy.
What?
And I was like,
What?
yeah, that
That person
happened.
exists?
So now, like, because of what happened, and then I had to go in on Scotty. I had to do it. So, but how the conversation ended was check out CHGO Sports. So those dudes, if you are checking us out right now, we appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on board.
Okay.
They said they were going to subscribe. At least they did in my head.
I did the same thing in Hawaii. I met a couple from Chicago. We were taking pictures, and then I told them to subscribe to the CHGO Bears podcast. So
Good work, Nick.
got a new subscriber.
Yeah, but you
from
did meet
Chicago.
up with Bears on Kauai.
Yeah, what's up with
I
that?
did not.
We're
what
very
happened?
upset.
Mark, good guy. Gave me a lot of recommendations for places. Just never lined up in the schedule. But I just need to go back now. So that's an excuse to go back to Kauai, hang out with Mark.
Offer
Bears
still
on
on the
Kauai.
table. I'll be there tonight.
Yeah.
Did you go to any of his places?
I went to Puka Dogs, which is like their hot dog stand that's right across from a beach. Beautiful place.
Did you go to any of my recommendations?
One was closed.
What was that?
The beach. The Queen's Bath.
Queen's Bath. But
was
what about Kauai Beer Company?
No.
Jesus. The pizza place I gave you?
No.
Oh my god.
So
Went to a bunch of taco place. Oh my god, the taco food trucks. Amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
What was
But
the best part of the trip?
best part? I mean, the helicopter ride was awesome. No doors on the helicopter ride. But I really liked the ATVing. Like, that was awesome going through, like, the jungle, do the different, like, terrain and stuff.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
Tell
Kauai's
me that
next
Bears
level.
on Kauai didn't want to go on the terrain with you?
It was, we kind of booked that well in advance.
Bears on Kauai didn't want to go on the helicopter with
Sorry,
you?
Mark. We're going to hang out next time. I'm coming back.
Mark, he's never coming back.
That's messed
back.
up. Carmen,
We might do some
Carmen will be
hopping.
there this weekend.
Mark, we apologize.
We're coming. All right. Couple super chats. Andre Skinner, 1999. How is Mooney's recovery going? When will he be able to practice? Sounds like soon. Ryan Poles did multiple interviews last week where he hinted that he'll be back soon. I don't. Let me put it this way: OTAs next week. I'm not expecting to see Darnell Mooney out there. If he is, great. But as long as he's full go by training camp, which I believe is still the case, that's good.
Programming note, if I may, next Tuesday, if things go right, we're going to have 2 shows, one after OTAs and one in studio with the Colonel. The sack man's coming. I'm your man, Dent. If quarterback throws, he's going to get bent. Richard Dent will be sitting probably right here.
Let's go.
Me and Kevin are going to do the interview. Adam and Nick are going to be covering OTAs, and it's going to be – and Kevin
Jam-packed.
Kadick apparently loves Richard Dent to levels that I people don't love their own mom. This is it's gonna be something.
That's amazing.
That is the plan as of right now for Tuesday. All right, the Duke 811 $9.99. I can't wait for a CHGO short where Carm has to look at himself in the mirror and call himself an idiot for doubting Claypool if Claypool ends up being good.
I hope that happens too, Duke. Let's go. I will own it like I've owned the one other time in my life I've gotten something wrong.
I did also see this tweet from the Pat McAfee show that Omar Khan, the Steelers general manager, was on that show today and said they're going to extend Mitch Trubisky, or they're working on an extension.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about that, Nagy?
Take that.
Well, somebody who said Mitch Trubisky would still be in this league for 10 years.
Is that you, Hoge?
Still looking that way. He's already done 6, which is insane.
Yeah.
Did anybody disagree
4
with you
more
on that?
seasons.
I wouldn't have disagreed with you on that.
Oh, people were.
Okay, not me.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was Braggs.
That guy.
Next one.
It's probably 90 degrees in Dyer, Indiana right now.
Yeah. No pond.
Yeah.
90-degree day.
Sweating it out there in his...
Kevin 199. Tyler Scott gives me Johnny Knox vibes.
Deep threat, big playability.
If that's healthy, Johnny Knox, take it.
Yep.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
Johnny was bigger though. Not necessarily.
Taller.
He had to be taller. Wasn't Johnny Knox like at least 6'2"?
Let's
Am I
see.
crazy?
Johnny Knox.
But he was relatively like
6 feet. 4'3". 4'3". Man, 4'3".
Oh, Scott's. I get what you're saying though. I totally understand what you're saying, and I like it. Adam, $2. Y'all should hug Braggs more. At the Carm, how was tennis?
So I did hug Braggs yesterday, and I did it in a nice way. Hoge, you felt bad that you didn't film it. So we did do a hugging, so you should be happy about that.
You tried to let go, though, before 2 seconds, and he held on.
I gave 2 seconds, then he went for more. And then
It was like a second and a half. I timed it.
Okay. Yeah, I lost to Mayank this week, 6-3, 6-3. I was up 3-0 in the second set. And then
What's
he
your
won
career
6-3.
record against Mayak?
0-5.
Hate that
This
guy.
was the first time that I actually felt like I could have beaten him. I'm not going to say I should have because that would have been too far, but I could have.
Making
The knee's
progress,
getting
Mark.
better. Playoffs next week.
Let's go.
Going to be a major uphill climb, but
That reminds me. Yeah.
yeah,
What kind of league is this where you get in the playoffs when you're 1-9?
everybody makes the playoffs.
That's stupid.
Wow.
I completely agree. I don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Here's the brat, man.
Well, that settles that. We agree. All right. Next one, Mr. Frankie. Who else misses the bear raid siren? Did they get rid of that last year?
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
It was cool for like 5 minutes when the Bears were actually good, and then it just got so obnoxious. Because it's like the third down siren isn't so cool when you're playing it for the 5th time on the same drive.
Get off the field. Come on.
It's like, all right, now we're hearing this too much. Maybe if you play it, you get the third down stop, and then you don't hear it again for 20 more minutes, and then you get another third down stop, and then you don't hear it again. It was like every 5 seconds.
Got to be good on defense.
It never really bothered me because I wasn't in the stadium, so.
But that's the problem
Yeah.
with the stadium you love and you don't want to get rid of. You were never there.
Well, I just like looking at the outside of it.
That's the worst part of it.
I find it to be
The
adorable.
inside part is cool.
I love walking over there. Take Poppy the puppy for a walk, go by the stadium. Oh, so good. Have her pee on George Hallis. I tell her not to. I don't want to do that to the family, but I can't help.
Poppy,
At
not
least she's not going over to
You
Walter.
didn't necessarily make it clear that it was the dog and not you.
I would
The way
never.
you said that.
I would never.
Bad puppy.
Poppy the puppy doesn't like Papa Bear.
Ah.
She
Apparently.
sits there and barks at Papa Bear and then lifts up the leg. What am I supposed to do?
No, Poppy, no.
She probably knows that,
You're leaving.
Wasn't exactly
Why that's so
paying big bucks out to many Bears who deserved more dough.
Okay.
Speaking of more dough, Andre Skinner. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
another
$19.99.
$19.99. Thank you, Andre. He says, when are we getting a pass rusher? What are the best options?
I don't know. Might need more 1999 super chats.
Does Leonard Floyd do anything for you? Not really.
The options are still the same that they've been.
Yeah.
Yannick's still out there.
I think I have the
Leonard
Yannick
Floyd.
Ngakoue article still written up. So when if it happens, like it'll be published. So we'll see.
All right, I'm going to go in the back end and read Nick's Yannick Ngakoue after the show today.
I think I have that.
Look,
somewhere.
if I'm a player at this point, unless the team budges and offers, I'd probably hang out more. Like, someone's going to get hurt in training camp. That team's going to become more desperate to pay you. If you could get paid the third week of August more money.
Miss training camp,
Not
like
have
all
to-
these things.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Now, that being, you do lose some insurance benefits and things like that. You're risking, you get hurt training on your own. You don't have the same protection as when you get hurt training inside a team facility. But that's I don't know.
We should mention the Gary Ross note, no Carl Lawson, which you threw out there. He has a reworked deal with the Jets.
He did, yes. I saw that this morning.
You were onto something, but apparently
I would like to take credit for that. I threw out this idea that the Bears should trade for him. The Jets heard that. They got a little nervous. They restructured his deal.
Right. And I was the brilliant person that brought up that the Bears should make at least an offer for Quinnen Williams, and everybody agreed with me.
That's exactly how that show went.
Hey, yesterday's show.
By the way, shout out to one of the great radio people, Dave Kerner, calling it quits after 26 years.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Dave's a good supporter on Twitter, good supporter in Bears land anyway.
You have to read that super chat.
He's signing off Friday.
Yeah, I'm not reading
from Dick Durbin, my guy, $2. A cocky on me, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dick.
Hey,
We're in.
I don't know if he knows the price of cockies. I got $2,
We're going. Yeah, we're going
Come on,
for
Senator.
the.
Where are you hanging out at?
We might go Firehouse to South Loop Premium Old Fashioned there, buddy.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll go Maple and Ash Old Fashioned. $35.
Oof.
$35.
What's in that thing?
Richard Hoke's texting me photos from inside Guaranteed Rate Field Moreano.
Hollow.
Nick Wright was in town. Parko had me with him. Maple and Ash, $35 Old Fashioned. Oh, Nick's paying? I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I have, there's some really good old fashions out there, and I like trying them all because that's my go-to drink. But,
$35?
well, my problem with it is
As if I could remotely tell the difference.
well, that's kind of my point, is I like, if I could pat myself on the back, I think I make a pretty good old-fashioned. I perfected a recipe at home that I use every night, pretty much. The bottle is 45 to 50 usually. The bottle I'm using for that. Shout out to High West. I'm not gonna pay $35 for one. It's
not even
insane.
one. It's like
Yeah.
I thought it was completely offensive.
That's crazy.
You just know that this is the popular drink right now and everyone's ordering it, so we'll just make a $35 one, and people will just still buy it because But hey, it was delicious.
I like
I'm
the
not gonna say
idea
it
that
wasn't.
I like the idea that the old fashioned is the hot drink right now.
Isn't it?
Yep.
It's literally
Old.
an old fashioned drink that's been around forever, which is why it's so popular. But now it's the new fad again.
Nostalgic.
I think
So
it is the new fad. I think I'm right.
Maybe.
Everything old is new again. Please give us a like before you leave.
Yeah,
Thank you
please.
very much. If you're listening,
Use just a dash of maple syrup.
Ooh.
A dash in
Ooh,
your old
syrup.
fashioned. You're welcome.
I feel like we need to do a YouTube short of you making an old fashioned for us.
Yeah.
I would love to. We got the.
Sounds
We
like
could
a
use
great
any.
idea.
I would probably. That's a little too nice and smooth to put in an old fashioned. I'd rather just put that on the rocks. But a little High West, bourbon, or Maker's Mark. We'll
I
do
can learn
that.
a
I
thing or
like
two
that. I'll
watching
show you
that
exactly.
video.
I'll do it
Yeah,
tonight.
well, we do it this summer or whatever. We have time. It's a very
Right
evergreen,
damn now we should do
evergreen
it.
content.
Gary doesn't drink the brown, so he's never had an old fashioned.
Leroy, thank you, sir. $5. I'm absolutely hooked on your show, guys. Keep up the great work. Seriously, Bears 11-6.
Appreciate it, Leroy.
Thank you, Leroy.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
That's awesome.
If you're a listener to the podcast, please give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen. Thank you very much.
Yes, hit the
the
subscribe
like
button. Hit
button.
the like button here on YouTube. Was that all for Super Chats?
That was the last one.
We are out of here. We're going to go eat some brats.
Oh, my gosh. Let's go.
Brats.
What a day.
Texting people during the show.
You can text me, Carmen.
Nick and Will are back tomorrow at noon.
Let's go.
Let's
Friday
go.
show.
Friday
End the week
domination.
off, right?
We need a fine jar. Every time Carm texts somebody during the show, he has to put $1 in a jar.
It's 108. I mean,
You're the one who makes it 108. Okay, we're out of here. Bye.
Oh, yeah. Okay, bye, everyone.